Back to the same place I was here a week ago, just to see if there's been any changes. And when you look at the small things, you see some nice X's on the ground. I just love this one here coming up with a ball root between the two trees. And you'll see the twig bundle. Looking around, same area. I hate to shoot this into the sun. That looks more like snow load than anything else. Flies are murder around here. And you look around the area. See trees bent over. Looks like an X over there. More interesting things. All those branches, twigs, what have you, all leaning against another tree. All parallel to each other. Amazing how nature can be so straight line. I didn't think that did that, but apparently it is. It's just amazing. These are things that, most people, including myself up until recently, you don't even notice this stuff. It's only when you know what you're looking for, the stuff just pops out like crazy. That's what makes this so interesting. That's got to be true. That's got to be snow load. That's the way I look at it. Could be wrong, but it looks like a snow load. It's not bent over far enough, I don't think. flies out here. They're really nasty. Love to bite you. I don't think there's any changes here on this twig bundle. Unless that one on the right there could be new. I'll have to go back and look at it just to make sure. Interesting. A lot of times you're looking at the big things, and it's so easy to overlook the smaller ones, especially those on the ground. Here he looks like he got some X's. Coincidence? Could be. Given where they are, maybe not. Certainly that doesn't look natural by any means. This is back in the near the Mission Mountains. It's about 3,800 feet, so it's not all that high up. No noises. Of course, my hearing isn't the greatest anymore. Nice clearing here. Looks like they came through and cut a bunch of trees down. But it looks like it's been quite a while ago by looking at the stumps and so forth. Just a cool little location here though. Kind of interesting. Oh yeah, it's bent. Tree snap. Interesting. Got a tree snap here, and then you have a branch hanging vertically against it, but it's not touching the ground. It's just suspended there. Don't see that all the time. Nice X. Look at the way that curves around. All the way up. Interesting, very interesting. It's a very nice clearing. A lot of neat stuff out here. Seen better, but on YouTube. Over here. It's interesting. Now you have that little twig there over this bent over sapling. Just amazing. So many things you don't see initially until you go back and just spend a lot of time looking at everything in a very detailed manner. Another tree, another little twig suspended between a little sapling. There's so much interesting stuff. You just have to take the time to look for it. It's so easy to get focused on the large things like that so that you miss the little stuff. A different angle. Just some more little things that could that be just natural tree fall or twig fall? Could be. Sometimes you just don't know for sure, it's just a guess. Damn fly, get off me. Now you have a branch leaning against that tree. Why is it leaning like that? Don't know. I don't think that tree came from this stump. Yeah, it's laying on top, but it's a totally different type of tree than that stump. Makes you wonder, why is it there? It is laying on top of the stump. This is interesting. A branch suspended between two trees, almost perfectly parallel to the ground. Yet, looks like there's some rope holding it in place. That's got to be man-made. Maybe Squatch use ropes. That's a pretty decent knot, I think. So, I'm going to have to discount that one, I think, unless someone else can convince me that Squatch can tie ropes into knots. But it's nonetheless interesting. This is interesting. Old dead branch, delicately hung up on a thin branch. Natural? I guess it could be, but boy, you would think if that had fallen off a tree, that it wouldn't be just laying like that. Furthermore, that's not the kind of branch that tree is from. That branch is not from that type of tree. Now look at this as well. Just notice this. Not only is it lying precariously on that branch, but look at it, you got a little branch fork from it, which is holding it up. That's really cool. I think that makes it a little more suspicious. It's a really good area here. You don't get any traffic down here. Most of the traffic turns away from here and goes towards the lakes. They don't usually come down here because there's nothing here except a dead end. Oh, it looks like something has been through here, probably deer or something. Could be bear. But a nice tree snap here. Looks like it's old. You have these bunches of twigs piled up on top of the end, one end, and at the other end, Another tree bundle, another twig bundle. Does that happen naturally? I don't know. Anything's possible. And here you have two possible tree falls that just happen to fall on top of each other. They're lying perfectly on top of each other, laying on top of a stump. As is so often the case, you take one or two things and, coincidence, tree fall, who knows. But I think when you start putting a preponderance of the evidence together, then I think it looks a little differently. Could be wrong. I'm kind of new to this. It's a nice X I just noticed. Actually, you've got two fallen trees or lunars on top of leaning against a larger tree. Pretty cool. Again, coincidence? Maybe. But as usual, just coincidences. When you get a bunch of them put together, maybe they're no longer coincidences. And that there's a intelligent design behind them, shall we say. Now off to a different area. And here's another nice X. It's amazing how many of those you see. Love these. I just drove by this. Didn't think too much about it until I saw the bottom. Bunch of twigs. I can see the leaner, but the pile of twigs at the bottom. And notice how that's stuffed between two trees in a fork. That's pretty good aim by the wind. Being facetious, of course.